Alright, cool. So apparently I'm living rent-free in a lot of people's inboxes. Welcome back to Nubian Narrator News, the only channel where the hate mail is longer than the dissertations people didn't write. Today, we're doing Hate Mail Hour. Not because I care about these people's feelings, but because their emails are a case study in projection, insecurity, and colonized Wi-Fi. Quick disclaimer, I'm not reading names or email addresses. We're dragging behavior, not doxing individuals. If you see yourself in anything I read out, maybe log off, drink water, and interrogate your whole life. Let's begin. The Why Are You So Angry Brigade. Nubian narrator, I used to like your content, but lately you've become very bitter and angry. Why can't you just make positive videos instead of complaining about race, politics, and gender all the time? You're pushing division and making people hate each other. If you don't like this country, leave. See, I love this genre. This country is perfect, you are the problem, kindly evacuate. First of all, if you used to like my content, that means I haven't changed. What's changed is your tolerance for hearing the truth when it brushes up against your comfort zone. Second, every time someone says, stop talking about race and politics, you're causing division. What they really mean is, the division was fine as long as it was silent and in your chest instead of out loud on my screen. You're not upset that I'm negative. You're upset I won't perform gratitude for crumbs. Also, that if you don't like it, leave line is tired. I pay bills here. I pay tax here. People I love died here and abroad, so your voice could reach me via email, Instagram, and TikTok. Bitter boy, you can unsubscribe for free. So to answer the question, no, I'm not so angry. This is just what clarity sounds like without the sugar. You're making everything about race and creating resentment where there wasn't any before. Resentment exists, I'm just narrating it in HD instead of leaving it on mute. If my commentary can create resentment, then your harmony was never real. It was just silence with better branding. Your channel is so negative and toxic, I don't know why YouTube recommends you. You're clearly not that popular. I only clicked to see how bad it was, and honestly, this is the last time I'm watching. Every time someone says, this is the last time I'm watching, I know for a fact they'll be back next upload with a fresh paragraph. Let's be honest, if you truly didn't care, you would scroll. Indifference doesn't write essays, obsession does. Calling me toxic because I roast systems you're emotionally attached to, that's not a review, that's withdrawal. Also, if YouTube is recommending me to you constantly, that means you watched longer than you're admitting, you interacted more than you're remembering, and the algorithm clocked your fixation. You're not a hater. You're an unpaid, emotionally unstable focus group member. You're disgusting. People like you shouldn't exist. Whenever someone says people like you shouldn't exist, what they mean is people like me can only feel tall if you disappear. And here's the issue. I'm not shrinking, so a stranger on Wi-Fi can feel like a main character. I exist, loudly, on camera, on mic, on your recommended page. The real question is, why does my existence assault you more than poverty, war, or corruption? Alright, that's enough of my inbox for a moment. I need a snack. My spam folder is literally a museum of unresolved childhood issues. A couple things before we end. To my regulars, the ones who show love and support, I see you. You balance this nonsense out more than you know. To the silent watchers who agree but never comment, use your voice. The internet is loud because the worst people refuse to shut up. To anyone who's ever wanted to make content but is scared of hate mail, look at what we just read. These people are not oracles, they're not the world. They're just loud, unhealed strangers with too much time and not enough self-awareness. If your ideas are shaking people who never met you, that's a sign you're not meant to be quiet. Hit like, drop a comment, share this with someone who's scared to post their truth, and if you are one of my anonymous email warriors, thanks for the engagement, nudniks. See you in a few minutes after I have some refreshments. Assalamu alaikum. You talk too much about identity, politics, and gender. This is sinful behavior. A person like you shouldn't be speaking about Islam or Muslims at all. You're corrupting people. Wa alaikum salam, Nudnik. I love when people open with peace and then immediately drop a spiritual roundhouse kick to the throat. Let's break it down. First, you're accusing me of corruption on an app where your own algorithm history is fighting for its life. Be serious. Second, if my existence is shaking your iman that hard, maybe the problem isn't me. Maybe your faith is held together by vibes, crumbs, and 2 frayed YouTube shorts. Third, you said I shouldn't speak about Muslims. I wasn't. I was speaking about you. If the shoe fits, lace it. If it burns, maybe step out of the fire you lit. You think you're so smart, but you're attacking Muslims and spreading Islamophobia. Keep talking and see what happens. My favorite flavor of contradiction, condemning Islamophobia in the same breath you threaten someone on Wi-Fi. Listen, I criticize behavior, not beliefs. If you feel personally attacked, that's you outing yourself, not me targeting you. Also, see what happens is such a budget villain line. Bro, this isn't Netflix. You're not the season finale antagonist. You're just a stranger who can't spell and got triggered by a thumbnail. Fear Allah and stop talking the way you do. You're leading the youth astray. You need guidance, not a YouTube channel. Respectfully, if I'm leading the youth astray, why are the youth in your life this easily swayable? That's not on me. That's on your parenting, your mentorship, and your inability to debate without threatening hellfire. And every time someone says fear Allah to shut down a conversation, I swear Allah is looking at you like, I did not send you, sit down. If you want to talk faith, cool. If you want to use faith to bully people, nah, I'm not the one. Stop talking about black people and Muslims together. We're not the same and you're disrespecting our community. This one kills me every time because it's always written like Muslims and black people are 2 separate Marvel universes. Spoiler alert, there are black Muslims. Millions. Some of the oldest Islamic communities on earth are African. The only thing I'm disrespecting is the fantasy world where your worldview is the default setting for 2 billion people. The Ummah is not your private WhatsApp group. Relax. If you're Muslim and watching this thinking, none of this applies to me, then it doesn't. I'm talking about the ones who weaponize religion to bully, belittle, or spam creators with paragraphs powered by rage and 3% battery. Those ones. The email mujahideen, the keyboard caliphate, the haram avengers. To everyone else, the Muslim, non-Muslim, whoever, who watches with respect and nuance, you're the reason this channel survives the inbox wars. Hit like, comment, share, and if any of the hate mail authors are watching, thanks for your service. Your emotional instability keeps the channel alive. You call yourself black, but you're siding with Jews. You're lost. No real black person supports Zionists. You sold out your people. First of all, I love how you typed this with your whole chest like you're the HR manager of blackness. Real black person. Bro, I didn't know you were the admissions officer for the race. Do I need to submit a passport photo and a council tax bill to prove my authenticity? Let me clarify something gently. Supporting Jewish people does not equal endorsing governments, conflicts, or policies. But you're so allergic to nuance you break out in hives any time someone uses more than 4 brain cells. You can't gatekeep my humanity because your worldview runs on expired TikTok takes. Sit down before your blood pressure tries to emancipate itself. Why are you defending Jews? Do you not see what they do to us? You're choosing the wrong side. This us versus them mentality is tired, Nudnik. You see Jewish people as a monolith. You see black people as a monolith. And you see yourself as the spokesperson for both. That's 3 delusions in one inbox. A hat trick. Here's what's really happening. You're not upset that I support Jewish people. You're upset that I refuse to inherit your prejudice. I don't do mandatory hate. I don't do borrowed bigotry. If you want to live your life like a conspiracy subreddit on legs, that's your ministry, not mine. Every time you defend Jews, you're just doing what white supremacy wants. You're being manipulated because you're black. This one always sends me. So let me get this straight. White supremacy is masterminding my support for a group they historically persecuted. Make it make sense, Socrates of Snapchat. Not everything is 4D chess. Sometimes I support people because they deserve safety, dignity, and the right not to be harassed for existing. That's not manipulation. That's humanity. Try it sometime. You're a disgrace. As a black person, you should know what oppression looks like. How dare you side with Jews instead of Palestine? I don't side with nations or ethnicities. I side with human beings who are being harmed. And here's what you're not ready to hear. You think you're educating me on oppression? Me? A black British person of Jamaican, Arawak, Nubian and Scandinavian heritage? Please. I know oppression intimately. That's why I'm allergic to all of it, not just the versions your algorithm feeds you. Supporting Jewish people doesn't erase Palestinian suffering. Supporting Palestinians doesn't erase Jewish safety. Your binary brain just can't compute multiple truths at once. Black people don't care about Jews. Stop pretending. They've never been there for us. Oh yes, welcome to another episode of Things Nobody Asked You to represent the entire diaspora about. Black people are not a hive mind. We're not a collective megazord sharing one brain. Stop speaking in all caps like you're our spokesperson. You don't even speak for your own group chat half the time. Some black people are anti-Semitic, some Jewish people are anti-black. And lots of black and Jewish people stand together. Life is complicated. But you live in a TikTok duet stitched with conspiracy glue. Let me say this clearly for the ones in the back of my inbox. Being black does not require me to hate Jewish people. Supporting Jewish safety does not cancel out Palestinian empathy. And solidarity is not a pie chart where giving to one reduces the other. If your worldview collapses the moment someone shows compassion to a group you don't like, that's not politics. That's prejudice dressed as principle. You can't bully me into your ideological diet. I'm not eating your hate calories. Send another email if you want. I'll turn it into content. Why are you speaking Hebrew? You're black. It's weird and embarrassing. Stop trying to be something you're not. Bro, I didn't realize learning languages came with a racial eligibility form. Imagine being this pressed because a black person ordered a coffee in Hebrew, like the Wi-Fi in your soul started glitching. Also, you're black, it's weird. Who told you blackness has a language perimeter? We speak English, Jamaican Patois, Yoruba, Creole, Somali, Arabic, Amharic. But Hebrew is where you draw the line? Be serious. My blackness doesn't disappear when I roll an R. Relax. Black Muslims don't speak Hebrew. You're choosing Jews over your own people. It's disgusting. First of all, your historical literacy is doing the wobble right now. Black Jews exist. Black Israelis exist. Hebrew-speaking African communities exist. The Horn of Africa is right there. Second, why does your loyalty system crumble the moment someone speaks a Semitic language? You think multilingual equals betrayal. I think your worldview equals 240p resolution. You're embarrassed by my language choices. I'm embarrassed by your Google history. Why are you making videos only in Hebrew? What are you trying to signal? Who are you working for? I swear some of you think I'm Mossad's weekend intern. I make Hebrew-only videos because my Hebrew-speaking audience exists. You hear a language you don't know and immediately think the Illuminati is soft-launching a new chapter. Not everything is hidden symbolism. Sometimes I'm literally just saying, good morning, welcome back to the channel. If my speaking Hebrew triggers espionage fantasies in your head, that's your Netflix addiction talking, not geopolitics. As a Muslim, it's offensive for you as a black person to speak Hebrew. Why not Arabic? Why not stick to your own people? Did you really just claim ownership over Arabic while telling me Hebrew is off limits? Both languages are Semitic. Both languages have deep Afro-Asian roots. Both languages existed long before your Hotmail account. And stick to your own people is wild, coming from someone whose ancestors spread across 3 continents and half the Islamic world. Language isn't tribal property. Learn something, anything, please. Your Hebrew videos feel haram. There's something off about them. Why are you hiding your message from your community? Not you calling a language haram because you don't speak it. You didn't say the content was suspicious. You said the grammar was fighting shaitan. Be for real. Also, my community, you mean the subset of people who hate watch me in full HD? Nudnik, my community, includes Hebrew speakers, Arabic speakers, Amharic speakers, and people whose only language is plotting in silence. Diversity exists outside your group chat. If you're watching this thinking, who on earth gets angry at someone for speaking Hebrew? The answer is, people whose entire worldview collapses the moment a black person does something they didn't personally pre-approve. To everyone triggered, Hebrew is a language, not a loyalty contract. I don't owe you monolingual poverty just because you fear nuance. And if you send another email, make it creative. At least give me something I can laugh at in between filming. I'm a black Jew living in Europe. I can't tell anyone I'm Jewish. The Muslims in my area openly talk about Jews. I'm scared. Seeing you speak gives me hope, but also fear. This one always hits different. Because this isn't ignorance, this is someone whispering through walls of fear, typing in whispers because speaking in decibels might get them punished socially, financially, or physically. To you, the one hiding your mezuzah behind the doorframe, the one tucking your Magen David under 3 layers of clothing, the one editing out your own identity so you survive the neighborhood. You're not weak, you're not a coward, you are a product of the space you're in, not a reflection of the truth you carry. You're living diaspora danger in real time. I get why you write from the shadows. Some of your neighbors treat Jewishness like a crime scene and Hebrew like contraband. But let me tell you something. Your identity isn't a threat. It's the room that's hostile, not you. And the fact you still search for connection, still find Jewish content quietly at night, means your spirit didn't break. It just learned how to whisper until it's safe to sing. I wish I could publicly be Jewish, but there's constant hate in my area. Whenever I hear Hebrew, I look around to see who's watching. How do you do it? Fam. When you ask, how do you do it? My honest answer is, I'm doing it for people like you, the ones who can't. I've got armor you weren't given. I've got distance you don't have. I've got a channel that's already a lightning rod. So I may as well absorb a bit of the storm. And here's the truth you're probably too scared to say. You're not hiding because you're ashamed. You're hiding because you're surrounded by people who mistake bullying for religion and bigotry for brotherhood. You're hiding because survival comes before identity. And that's not weakness, that's strategy. You're doing what you need to live. I respect that deeply. I pretend I'm just black, not black and Jewish. It's easier. People here have too much hate. I feel like I'm cutting myself in half to stay safe. This one is tragic and real. You're performing a version of yourself that the environment can digest, diluting parts of your identity like you're scared the room might choke on the full truth of you. Let me say this clearly. You are not half of anything. You are whole. You are black and Jewish, not black or Jewish, and you're not alone. Thousands of black Jews across Europe are living underground identities, camouflaged by necessity, not choice. But hear me, if you're cutting yourself in half, that means somewhere inside you is the full version, waiting. You will meet them again, even if it's not today. To every black Jew in Europe quietly surviving between two worlds, I see you, I hear you. I'm speaking loudly because you can't. Your emails are confessions from people living under unspoken social threat. Your silence is not shame, it's survival. And survival is not dishonor, it's evidence you're still here. When you're ready, your voice will return to full volume. Until then, I'll speak, I'll be loud, I'll draw the fire. Because you deserve a world where your Hebrew doesn't require a whisper, and your Jewishness doesn't require camouflage. Stop talking about Islam. If you insult Allah again, we will make sure you pay. Don't think you're untouchable. You will regret it. This right here is the part that makes me look at the camera like I'm on The Office. You're telling me your God is all-powerful, all-knowing, the creator of the universe, the destroyer of nations, and yet he needs you, a man whose profile picture is literally a car headrest, to defend him? Be serious. If I'm such a threat to your deity, he can handle me himself. He created galaxies. I promise you, he doesn't need your cracked Samsung battery to fight his battles. The irony is suffocating. You're out here, cosplaying Archangel, with limited data allowance. You better stop, or we will come for your blah blah blah, you have been warned. Ah yes, the classic. I love my God so much I'm willing to commit crimes on a weekday. Threatening my family over a YouTube video because I used words you didn't like. Let's be real, your email says more about your psychology than your theology. If your faith turns into violence the moment someone disagrees, that's not devotion, that's insecurity wearing a prayer hat. And the funniest part, you think your threats intimidate me? Bro, I live in Britain. I've dealt with Silver Spoon, elite bitch boys, energy bills, and the NHS phone queue. You are not the scariest thing in my life. May Allah curse you and punish you for your words. You will suffer for what you said. Every time someone sends me one of these, I imagine Allah looking at them like, why are you CCing me on this? I did not approve this email. You're not praying. You're passive-aggressively snitching to the sky. If your God is truly as mighty as you claim, he does not need you typing death wishes like an unpaid customer service rep. Also, plot twist, your curses keep bouncing off my Wi-Fi signal and turning into blessings. It's giving spiritual ricochet. You have insulted our God. You will face consequences. We will make sure of it. Let me get this straight. Your God is eternal, omnipresent, omnipotent, but he's also apparently too busy relocating stars and maintaining gravity to handle one black British content creator with a Samsung phone. So you volunteered as tribute? Why? Did heaven post a job vacancy I didn't hear about? How are you threatening violence on behalf of a deity who could literally snap his fingers and delete my atoms without you clocking out of your warehouse shift? Make it make sense. Let me address the I will do violence to defend God crowd directly. If your God is as powerful as you say, he genuinely does not need your help. He's not sitting in the clouds like, damn, I would smite this YouTuber, but my hands are tied until Ahmed from Birmingham sends a threatening email. You think you're the avengers of monotheism, but you're acting like unpaid bodyguards for a being who created the universe. Your threats don't show your faith, they show your fear. And trust me, if a God wants to smite me, he knows where I live. I promise he won't outsource the job to you. Arabic, long paragraph, random fire emoji, more Arabic. Every time I get one of these, I have to sit there like, is this a threat? Is this a prayer? Is this a recipe? Is this a dua? Is this a WhatsApp Uncle Rant? Or are you just keyboard smashing in a Semitic language? Because I genuinely don't know. I'm staring at the email like it's a mystery flavor crisp packet, and the funniest part, they assume that Arabic alone will terrify me, like the script itself is supposed to make me faint. Bro, it's squiggly letters, not Voldemort. If you want to scare me, use English. At least then I know what trauma you're attempting to deliver. Random ambiguous script, pure rant that may not even be Arabic. Now this one kills me, because I know some of you aren't Arab, aren't Muslim, aren't literate in Arabic. You're just angrily holding down letters on your keyboard, hoping the shape of the text will spiritually intimidate me. Like, bro, don't use Google Translate as your weapon of mass delusion. If you're going to cuss me out, do it in a language you understand. That way we can both enjoy the moment. 3 Arabic words followed by a slew of emojis. This one feels like someone tried to mix religion, anger, emojis and clip art into one hate smoothie. You've got a phrase that might be contextually harmless, a sword, a mosque, fire, an angry face, more fire. What do you want me to do with this? Decode it like it's Da Vinci's Quran? This isn't a threat, this is a meme with commitment issues. A long Arabic sentence, with an exclamation mark at the end, clearly a passionate phrase. I love how the moment I speak Hebrew, people assume I should automatically unlock Arabic, like it's the next level in a language-based video game. Fam, I speak Hebrew, not the entire Semitic language starter pack. Me speaking Hebrew does not suddenly give me the Arabian Nights DLC. If you want me to understand your email, send it in a language I actually speak. Or at least drop me a translation so I know whether to be offended, amused, or spiritually concerned. To everyone who's been blasting Arabic paragraphs at me, I respect your language, truly, but if you send me scripture, translate it. If you send me insults, subtitle them. If you send me threats, at least make them legible. I shouldn't need Duolingo, Google Lens, a Quranic scholar, and an exorcist just to figure out whether you're angry or accidentally sending me a prayer. Until then, I'll keep reading your emails like crime scene exhibits and laughing at the fact that half of you don't even know what you typed. Keep going, though. The engagement is chef's kiss. My algorithm loves your rage. What race are you? Are you Caribbean, African, mixed? I need to know before I respond properly. Bro, are you writing a hate email or filling out a census form? Why are you asking about my heritage, like you're HMRC with a superiority complex? I need to know before I respond properly. What? You got a personalized slur menu in your notes app, a racial choose-your-own-adventure book. Imagine being so committed to bigotry that you're out here doing pre-abuse admin. This is not hate mail, this is HR paperwork for racists. Where are you from originally? Your skin looks East African, but you sound Caribbean. Clarify so I know how to address you. Sir, this is a Gmail inbox, not an ancestry.com consultation. You're not trying to address me, you're trying to custom build an insult, the way people custom build PCs. And the funniest part? You're wrong on every guess. You're using 144p resolution racist instincts, trying to identify my ethnicity, like you're playing Guess Who with melanin. Click your green heels and sit the hell down. What's your exact background? I don't want to mislabel you when cooking you. This one took me out. My slurs must be fact-checked. My hate must be accurate. My racism must be geographically correct. Imagine having that much commitment to bigotry, but zero commitment to literacy. Also, if you're scared of mislabeling me, maybe racism isn't your calling. Maybe try pottery, knitting, something gentler on the neurons. Are you actually black, or do you just perform blackness? I need to know. This one was in broken English, so some of the context is lost. First of all, you need to know. For what? To calibrate your next insult like you're tuning a guitar? Also, imagine questioning my blackness while hiding behind a Gmail burner account called Holy Lion 1987. Let's not do this. I'm black. You're confused, and your IP address is embarrassing. To everyone who emails me like, before I racially abuse you, what race are you? I want to get it right. Let me help you out. My ethnicity is Jamaican British, or Black British if you will. My nationality is British. My background is global majority. My race is blackety, black, and the slur you're looking for, lost in the void, along with the last two functional neurons you owned. But I guess it started with an N and ended with a hard ER. If you need to fill out a survey before being racist, maybe just don't be racist, or at least get a hobby that doesn't require my family tree. This is the end of episode 1, but watch this space. Part 2 things get a little more personal and a lot more offensive. Thanks for watching, comment, share, and subscribe.